What is up, everybody? Welcome to episode 45 of Pokemon Trading Card Game Online. My name is l3ayze, and we're going to get into a tournament real quick. I have 10 tokens here, or 10 tickets that we're going to be able to use in a tournament. We're going to do a standard tournament. I've made some adjustments to my Fighting Fit deck, which actually I've been testing it out here and there over the weekend, and it's been working really cool. So these are the challenges I have today. I've got a take 60 prize cards and put 7 electric cards into play, or evolve 7 electric Pokemon, which I'm not going to worry about those right now. I'll probably get this one. I'm only 5 away from this. But one thing also to take note of is when I get 200 coins, that's another pack that I'll be able to buy for Friday's episode. And I'm going to start opening some different cards in that episode. So we're going to get to that on Friday, but I'm not going to buy Steam Siege anymore. I'm actually going to buy some Breakthrough cards, I think is what I'm looking for. So, but that's on Friday. Thanks for tuning in today. I wanted to give you an update over the weekend here. My weekend actually was pretty good. I worked on Saturday, got some overtime, which was kind of nice. So it's going to be a bigger paycheck for me, which I'll be able to take care of some other stuff. I'll probably be doing that several Saturdays over the next couple of months. But got some yard work done, but it's like super hot outside, so I can't really take care of all of the yard work. And I actually got to play Super Smash Brothers with one of the big names in the Smash Bros. Community, A-Star the Third. So that was actually really cool. A buddy of mine knows him, and I guess he's in town for the weekend, or he was in town this weekend. I don't know if he's gone yet or not, but that was actually super cool. We played several matches, and I learned a lot. I picked up some good tips. So that is a game I enjoy playing. If you'd like to play sometime, let me know. I really do enjoy the challenge and the spirit of competition. But anyway, something else that happened over the weekend is I got the latest Loot Crate. So I don't know. I mean, I like Loot Crate. It's cool, and I would love to promote it more and talk about it more. But I don't think I can continue to pay for it. It's not something that's bad. It's just I get stuff out of the box that I don't have interest in. So I think last month was RoboCop. This month I got this shirt, which is cool. It's a nice shirt if you like Archer, but I think I've only watched Archer like once, and I couldn't watch it because the guy from Bob's Burgers does the same voice. So I apologize. I'm getting way off topic here, but we're gonna get into this match. I'll explain some things here. But you know, so I got my latest Loot Crate. I wasn't completely satisfied, not because anything in it is bad. I do recommend it if you are a gamer or you're a nerd in any way. It's a great thing, but what I wanted to sign up for is I wanted to cancel that so I can make room for something else. And so I signed up for Poke Crate, which I believe I'll get my first one in September. So be on the lookout for that. That's going to be pretty cool. So as you can see in this deck, there's going to be some cool stuff happening in this deck that has not happened before. I've been playing with this deck. The last, like I think yesterday I played with it, and I've gotten somewhere with it, and it's actually working out really well. So the first thing you'll notice is Talonflame. This card, I talked about it on one of my older episodes. Its ability is if this Pokemon is in your hand when you're setting up play, you may put it face down as your active Pokemon. That is a wonderful card, probably one of the best cards starting out. It has 130 HP, deals 40 damage, and you get to pick any 2 cards from your deck and add them to your hand. You don't even have to show your opponent what those cards are. That is an amazing card. And I wouldn't say it's overpowered, but it's very close. Because you have to get it, you have to get this card first. So the second thing I did was I took out a Machoke, and I took out my Hawlucha, my EX Hawlucha, in favor of 2 rare candies. And more often than not, I'm able to get this card out very quickly. So I'm going to be able to power this thing up and start dealing 100 damage to all of his Pokemon. And some of his Pokemon are dark types, which are typically weak to fighting types. And then I have some other cards that might come up into play real soon, which I'm actually probably going to search for, because I kind of need them. So I'm going to search for the Stadium card that I added in, this one right here. This card lets you do 20 extra damage to EX Pokemon. Lets your fighting Pokemon deal 20 extra damage. And then, of course, that fighting energy is going to let me do another 20 extra damage to any Pokemon. So I'm sitting pretty good as far as this first hand goes. I think I'm going to have a pretty good time with this person. MLP 1234, My Little Pony, I think is what that stands for. It's probably her initials. It's probably like Melissa, you know, I don't know, Melissa Larinette, you know, Pearson or something. But I don't know that for sure, so it could be My Little Pony. Who knows? So I should be able to attack with this again and grab 2 more cards of my choosing. I'm not going to play this Stadium card because I want him to be surprised that... I want him to think that I wasn't able to do that. Times the number of active Pokemon of energy attached. So it's going to do what, 60 damage? Yeah. Well, 80 damage. That's not bad. I can handle that. I can heal that too. So I'm going to keep him alive as much as I can because it's going to be something that I'm going to need him to be able to grab any 2 cards that I want out of my deck. Again, I'm not going to play this because it's not... I don't want to give away the farm here. I don't want him to know what I have up my sleeve. This is going to be able to do... Well, I'll calculate that in a second here. 40 damage, and I'm going to search for a Muscle Band. And let's go ahead and get a switch out. I'm going to be able to do that one more time if I'm lucky. So he'll be able to do 100 damage with this, plus 20, plus another 20, plus 20 from this. So that's 160 damage, I believe. Scary. As long as he has damage on him, I should be in good shape. So I'm not going to give away the farm. Again, I don't want to do that. I am going to search for another energy and Zygarde. And I don't know if this is actually going to be something like... I don't know if I've accidentally stumbled onto something really great here, but I mean, this card is so good. 130 HP is like, it's magic. So I can't really be upset about that. Is that the one that lets you draw cards? I think it is. Let me see. Okay, so you draw 2 cards. So now what he doesn't know, he thinks that my attack is going to do 120 damage. And he's got a resistance, so only 100 damage. But if I do this, and I do this, that's an extra 40 damage. And you know what? I really hate EX Pokemon. I hate them. I didn't need to do that. I just hate EX Pokemon so much. I just wanted to make sure that that thing died. That's all. I know that's mean. It's probably a little bit of overkill, but... Ooh, that felt so good. I hope you guys feel me on that. This person doesn't have much of a chance here. It might be able to power up this a little bit, but it's not going to be able to do 100 damage. And even if it does, my Zygarde's going to get powered up pretty soon. So I'm in pretty good shape right now. I think I'm feeling good. I've got some good stuff going for me in my hand. If I need to buy some time, I throw him out there. I can get 2 more energy. I think I'm going to switch out for this and just knock that thing out now. Because honestly, I need to. So he's going to get five energy cards back into his deck, which he still has to draw those energy cards. That's fine. So I'm pretty close to completing that challenge too, so that's going to happen probably at the end of this game. I'll get 200 extra coins. Probably get some extra packs too, so it's going pretty good. Going pretty good. I'm not sure what the point of that was, but that's alright. Was that just a draw? Was that discarded and draw? Yeah, wow. Okay, let's grab some energy cards. So the fact that he actually attached energy to his Yveltal is kind of a mistake. Although he didn't know that it was going to be a mistake. There was no way for him to know that. But now that he probably does know that, let's go ahead and kill it. So even if he gets another basic Pokemon, it's probably going to be game over. So this has been a pretty good match for me, because I don't get to do that very often. And by that I mean, of course I mean, win the first round of a tournament. So I'm glad that she's actually waiting for me to attack and actually end this, because now I get to draw my last prize card, and oh, actually it was very scary. I could have actually not succeeded in that point, so cool. So that's all five prize cards I needed to draw, so I can actually get that that challenge completed. 200 extra coins. I think it starts again, but I probably won't be able to do it again. That's okay. Alright, so we're going to wait here. I don't think it's going to be 15 minutes. But that was actually a very good match. In the last probably 3 matches that I played, or let's say before this one, let's say the last 5 matches I played, I think I only got completely destroyed like twice. And it was only because I didn't have any basic Pokemon in my hand, and there was nothing I could do. So, while that's bad, and that actually can be devastating to someone who, you know, has a good deck, but can't get the Pokemon they need out, it can be disappointing. However, this is what I'm looking at now. So I've got 3 Talonflames, 2 Whismur, I do have the 1 Loudred. I don't use him very much, but this attack is actually very devastating if the circumstances are right and if the opponent has a lot of energy cards attached. So it can actually deal some damage. I will replace him, though, with something else. Probably with another Machamp, and probably with these 2, probably with something else. Maybe back to Farfetch. Farfetch was a great Pokemon. It's come in handy for me a few times. I don't think I've ever actively searched for Whismur while using this deck. I usually try to go for Zygarde or Machop and a rare candy or something, but with the cards that I have, it makes it very easy for me to get that Machamp in play, which deals that extra 20 damage, and you know, it goes well. So I can't complain. So what I would do, as far as my Pokemon lineup, I haven't used this card very often. It doesn't come into play very much right now. So getting rid of this for another Machamp might be a good idea, but this attack has actually come in handy quite a few times in the past. It may not come in handy now since I made those adjustments, but it's working out well, at least right now. So as far as energy, I have simply 3 of these fighting energy, 15 of the regular fighting energy. I could probably remove 1 because I have other items to get energy, so that's not a problem. And actually, if we look at the trainer cards, I have this card, which I probably don't even need, but it's not bad. It's actually, I've never needed to use it in the past, like, couple of matches. It's just never been a thing where I was low on energy, and I knew there was some in my discard pile. So I might actually end up replacing that with something else that'll help me get Pokemon on my bench. So I added a Ultra Ball here, because of Talonflame, because this Pokemon right here, I have 3 of them in my deck, and I can do absolutely nothing with them unless it's my first turn. So I can only make this my active Pokemon, and this gives me about a 5% chance, roughly, and it's probably more than that, but it gives me a pretty good chance to get Talonflame out as my active Pokemon on the first turn. So it's the last 5 matches again have come in so much handy. Rare candies, of course, are coming in handy to be able to evolve Machamp right away. I still have a Machoke in the deck, but when I use these cards, I only search for Machamp and a rare candy. That's pretty much all I ever search for. I use them right away. Wally, I've not even used Wally, so it might be good to get to get one more rare candy and maybe something else going in this deck. And these muscle bands come in handy far more than anything else. So, I don't know. The deck's working out very well. It's really more about fine-tuning it now. And as I've mentioned, there's a couple of cards here that are coming in handy but are not perfect. And I probably could stand to get rid of. So that's really what I'm doing now is evaluating which cards are not necessary and evaluating which cards would probably be more useful. So, but let's take a look at my win rate with the deck since I modified it here. Fighting Fit, I've won 7 out of 11 matches since my last edit. I like those odds. I think that's going to be actually, that's going to come into play a lot more later on when I'm actually doing more and more tournaments. I'm probably going to use this deck a lot more often. So, hey, you know what? It's working. So, if you're looking at some of the other decks I have in here, some of these are just decks I copied from online because they're actually pretty cool. I think this is Yveltal EX Dark deck. This is the Tournament Blastoise. It won. It didn't win, but it did very, very well in tournaments in 2015, I think it was. This is basically a Deluge deck. This is the one that I edited on one of my other videos. And this is just a Dark deck that I put together so I can evolve Dark-type Pokemon. Whenever the challenge for Evolve 7 Pokemon comes into play. But it's all good. So now we're going to face off against this J Venture person. We'll see how that goes. But 7 out of 11. Again, I've only lost 4 matches in my last 11. It's typically I tend to get around 50%. Like no matter what I'm doing, no matter what game I'm playing, if it's Gears of War, if it's Pokemon, if it's Smash Brothers, I almost always have a 50% win rating in everything that I do. And it's almost always my fault. Not my fault necessarily, but it's almost always because of something I did or didn't do. So. But the way this deck is constructed is a little bit more solid. I'm going to be able to get him a Champ out on the second turn, but I might want to wait depending on what he brings out. So, I guess well, I mean that's if Machamp is in this, because sometimes there's not a Machamp in here, and that can be pretty devastating. Of course there's there's this thing, of course. There's an EX right there. So I have to make sure I can counter that. Machamp, sweet action! And we're going to go ahead and evolve him on the next turn. What's he going to be able to do? 10. Okay, that can be pretty devastating. That might actually... it might actually knock me down. So I have to be careful on these next couple of turns. This match could be very short. I'm hoping that it's going to go well, but it could be a very, very short match. Let's see. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I do Pokemon videos every Monday through Friday on Pokemon Trading Card Game. I offer strategies, best practices. I kind of show off some of the things I've done with the deck, or I am due to make another deck very soon. So stay tuned for that. Oh, I remembered recently, I'm going to change out those Loudrids and the Loudred and the 2 Whispers for I think it's Rhyhorn Evolution Chain, or probably just 3 Rhyhorns, because he actually does a lot of damage. So that's not good. I'm not asleep. I still have that special condition. But I don't have any energy cards. So I'm going to have to make an adjustment here. Oh, that sucks. I should not have done that. I'm going to have to go ahead and evolve right now. I should have healed myself. But I probably need to get... Okay, I need to go ahead and get another Pokemon on the bench. So that came in handy. This actually came in handy as a discard item, which I didn't expect. I probably need to throw a couple of VS Seekers in here if I can, just because I know that those come in handy quite a bit when you use a lot of supporter cards or if you use a lot of item cards. I think there's actually a card that gets your item cards back into your hand too. So if you know what that card is, let me know in the comments. I'll look for it later, but if you happen to know what card that is, hit me up. So that's fine. I expected it to be poisoned. He's probably going to retreat. That's what I would do. Doesn't make any sense for him to stay out. Yeah. So he's dead. He just knocked me out. Ooh. Oh, I guess he couldn't attach his energy to that, so he couldn't do that other attack. That's cool. I still don't have any energy cards, so that sucks. This is going to be a challenging match. This is a situation where this Pokemon actually might come in handy. Because I'm going to have at least 2 energy cards in this discard pile. Well, 1. Oh gosh. Oh, it's over, guys. So, 120? 130 damage, plus the 20 is knockout. So, ooh. Alright. Well, this deck's actually pretty solidly constructed, it seems like. It's a good strategy to be able to get a poison condition on the Pokemon that you need. And, well, what do you know? So he's weak to water. He is weak to grass, and I don't have any way to deal extra damage. So really, probably should throw a couple of ends in here also, because this situation is very bad. So far I've determined that I probably need a couple of ends, and I probably need... gosh, what else was it? There's something else I needed. I can't remember what it was. Ooh. This is gonna be a sweep. I'm not gonna quit because he might be working on a challenge or something. But yeah, this was actually a pretty good match. I mean, I need energy cards, and I also need a Pokemon that's going to be able to deal some damage. But I need energy first. I mean, either way, my Pokemon are dead. Ooh, you know what? That was actually kind of brilliant. Sometimes I astonish myself. Sometimes I do something and I'm like, whoa. So the only thing that's going to mess with this strategy is if he has a Lysandra, or if he's able to escape rope or something. That would definitely blow the whistle on my whole plan here. But I have to say that was a very smart move on my part, which doesn't happen too often. Doesn't happen too often. So I still need cards that are going to be able to deal extra damage to this Pokemon. I don't really have a lot of options. So whether it's going to be a stadium card, or if it's going to be... And still nothing. Wow. So 120 is the most I'm going to be able to do right now. And he's going to be able to basically walk all over me now. I wonder how much energy he has in his deck, too, because he's going to need a lot of grass energy in order to keep poisoning my Pokemon. But even then, he doesn't even need to poison my Pokemon. Like, literally, 60 damage would kill me because it's weak to this. So why is he even doing that? So wait, hold on. Once during your turn, you may use this ability. Both active Pokemon, except for grass Pokemon, are now paralyzed. He's grass. So it's kind of a waste. I mean, you don't even have to do that. You're just trying to get extra damage, which I get it. That's fine. I really have nothing else I can do, though. And again, In would have come in major handy in this deck. And even if I didn't have In, the girl, I can't remember her name, the X and Y girl that you draw 5 cards after shuffling your hand, that would have come in handy too. But it was a good match. He was able to use his ability to poison my Pokemon and then just, wreak havoc across all my team. Probably might be karma coming my way because I do hate EX Pokemon, and last game I did pretty much rag all over one. So I'm gonna go ahead and open up a pack for you guys today. It's a Monday. I feel like you deserve it. You've earned it. You put in a lot of hard work this weekend, and I do appreciate it. I'm gonna open this pack right here, but first let's open this uncommon chest. I'm gonna bet. I'm gonna bet you it's gonna be a Machoke or something like super common. Dragonair. Okay, that's kind of common. I think I've gotten Machoke out of that box like twice, and it's kind of made me upset. So, whatevs. What do we got? What's in this pack today? 1 new card, 2 new cards. What's this one? 3 new cards, 4 new cards. Poliwrath. Steamroll. Attack does 30 damage to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon. And Submission. 130 and do 30 damage to yourself. Shiny Shroomish. Focus Sash. If the fighting Pokemon this card has full HP and will be knocked out by damage from an opponent's attack, that Pokemon's not knocked out and its remaining HP becomes 10 instead. Then discard this card. So, I mean, that's very useful in the game, and it actually would probably come in handy, but only in that last match. I don't think I had any use for this in any other matches today. So, Poliwhirl. Finishing Blow is if your opponent's active Pokemon already has any damage counters on it. This attack does 50 more damage. Vibrava. Charge Energy. Search your deck for up to 2 basic energy cards. Reveal them and put them in your hand. I've seen Scraggy before. He's pretty common. Licky Tongue. Bellsprout. Discard a random energy card from your opponent's hand. Moonlight heals 30 damage from this Pokemon. Golet's pretty cool. Rock Smash is flip a coin, do 30 more damage on a heads. So, not a bad haul. Not anything I would necessarily rush out to put in my deck, but not a bad haul today. So, guys, I know that you're seeing a lot of other cards here. I am actually planning on opening all of these packs of cards live on camera. If you're doing the math here, it's at least 25 packs of cards. And I'm very much willing to open them all on camera, but I need your help. I would like for you to like this video. As soon as any one of my Pokemon Trading Card Game Online videos get 10 likes, I will open all of these packs on video for you in a special bonus episode. Can't wait to do it, but I'm definitely going to need your help on that. Also, subscribe to my channel. I greatly appreciate every subscription. I read every comment. I appreciate all the love and support that you've given me if you have spoken to me in the past. And I will be back tomorrow with another episode of Pokemon Trading Card Game Online. Peace out.